Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the Harmonious Frequencies of the Mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Minecraft. So, I've been doing a little bit of alterations to the farms here. I have all the wheat filled up. I just filled up all of the taters, and then just have a little bit to go on the carrots still. You can see here, this is just regular hoppers all along here. They're all pointed into this chest. I probably am going to need to cover this up with some kind of not solid block so that I can still open the chest down there. So either fences or glass panes or a couple of signs even would work. But how I did this here is 8 pistons across. Behind the raised platforms you can see there's the water. The reason for that is if I had just placed it behind the pistons and had the pistons facing down, then it wouldn't quite run far enough to get down to the next level. But since it's up 1 block, when it comes over here it'll fall down 1 and then go out 8, and then fall down 1 and go out 8, fall down 1, etc. And the way that I did this was super simple. It's just this redstone coming around, and then you've got a repeater headed into a line of redstone with repeaters all facing into the blocks beneath the pistons. That way I could put this row of stone you can see behind the pistons and the water on top, so the water didn't mix in with any of the redstone and wash it away. So I hope that makes sense. It's really super simple. It's basically the first farm that I ever made on a Minecraft server before, and so yeah, it's nothing really fancy. So I'm gonna run up here and sleep and get some more blocks to cover that chest with. We've so far only gotten 1 cooked chicken, but we've got 14 feathers, so I'm suspicious of this lava. I think it is eating some of our chicken for us. I went ahead and bred a bunch of... oh, there went one. I went ahead and bred a bunch of the chicken in the top though, so they would start laying a little bit more often, and we could get some more chickens cooked up there. So that's pretty good. I've been breeding the cows as well. I've ran low on food, so I had to cook my salmon here, and then I cooked up a couple of steak that I'm gonna eat later. But yeah, I have been breeding the cow so I can get more steak, also so that I can get some more leather to make some more books, to get some more bookshelves in down here. I put in 4 more, these 2 on each corner over here, and then I put flower pots up here, but I haven't put flowers in them yet. I found out that they cannot stand on fence posts, and they can't be on these slabs, so I went ahead and put them up there to sort of decorate that area there. I was going to look for something to put beside my bed, so you might be able to tell something about it. Yes, in this new snapshot you can color your beds. When you first make a bed, instead of being red, it starts out white, and then you can just use any regular kind of dye to dye the beds different color. And check this out. They're bouncy. Kind of like a slime block. Maybe not quite as intense, but I hear that you do still take fall damage if you hit them from a very, very tall height. So it won't save you from death, like place a bed, jump off a cliff, something like that. It's not going to help. Oh, I probably should have slept in there while I was up there since it's nighttime, and that's half the reason I went. So yeah, aside from that, not a whole lot has changed. I've been led to believe that with the sugarcane farm, the observer block will activate the blocks on either side of it, and so if I put in 2 more pistons, I should be able to get 3 sugar canes harvested at the same time. So I'm going to try to expand that sugarcane harvester, show you what it is that I'm talking about, and then yeah, we'll continue from there. Alright, so I'm making a note block for a fish farm. That's how you do it, just wood around the outside and redstone in the middle. The fish farm that I'm going to make is one by Panda 4994 fish farm. It's super simple. The reason why I want one is because you get all sorts of great loot from it, namely better fishing rods for one, really good bows, and enchanting books, fish for days, all that kind of stuff. Only 4 chicken, 27 feathers, so I've definitely bred them some more and got more chickens going, so that's pretty good. I think the farm's just about fully grown. I could flip the lever and get a pretty good yield off of it. And I built this crazy structure around these farms as well. So we've got the melon and pumpkin farms in there, which are working. The melon a little bit better than the pumpkin, or faster than the pumpkin. I'll have to keep my eye on it and make sure that it's going. And then I switched this around. I put the observer block on top and ran redstone to each side so that it would trigger these two as well. I did see one piece of sugarcane get stuck on that block up there, but we've got quite a bit of it coming out. And I built this bridge here just because I was tired of running all the way around to come back and go up the hill. But yeah, I've got a pretty good idea of where I want to put the fish farm. It's over in the bay. I want to get rid of some of this other stuff here, put the bone meal here. I used up some of the cactus to make dye for the green terracotta that you saw in that build over there. I think this is going to be good enough. I'll probably need to make another shovel, but I've got the stuff on me to do that. Yeah, we have nearly a full harvest here once we get it done. And we can give it a test job before we get through this time. So I'm thinking I probably want the entrance. I was thinking up here somewhere, but looking at the size of this mountain and sort of the way that it's shaped, I imagine I'm gonna have to start digging in from the back side here, because I want the fish farm to be sort of facing out into the ocean. I think that's super cool and probably a good idea. So let's start digging in from this outside here. Yeah, so it's about 3 wide, so if starting here should be good. And it's got to be about 3 tall. But I don't want to dig out this bottom part quite yet. Let me think about this. That one. And this one. Let's see here. Oh, this is a little bit tougher than I had initially imagined. There we go. Alright, so we've got the beginnings of it here. I'm gonna have to build those up there and then even come out here to this point. Okay. Yep. Then what I want to see is door right there and note block right there. Then I need a couple of slabs, oops, on top. Alright, then I'm going to throw down a tripwire hook on each side here and a string in between. There we are. Then I will need more stone like this. Okay, with a redstone over here. So now whenever I come down here to fish, well, I'm gonna have to go build a fishing pole and show you guys what I mean. So I'm gonna have to tunnel out this direction and see where I get to as far as making it upstairs. Alright, so to make a fishing rod is pretty easy. Just 2 string like that, 3 sticks like this, and you got a fishing rod. And I'm gonna run back and show you guys what it's like to use this AFK fishing farm. This is a super simple one. It's meant strictly for single player maps. If you play with this farm on a multiplayer map, it's possible that you'll get some lag issues and some things won't quite work properly. But single player, there shouldn't be much, if any, lag, so you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Yeah, so here's the entrance to the place. I am going to pretty it up a little bit and especially add some lights in here, probably a door, so that no monsters can come in after me. Yeah, we've got this nice view looking out here. We can see this is at the level of the ocean here, and yeah, while I'm standing on this block, I just tried to fish on the door. Okay, and so if I hold down the right mouse button, if I put something on the right mouse button here to hold it down for me while I'm away from my keyboard, it will continue fishing like this and fishing like this until I catch something. Yep, and then the thing that I caught was picked up by the hopper below the water source and put into the chest. So I could sit here, since I put a double chest down there, I could put something on my mouse and fish AFK here for until my rod breaks, basically. And then at that point, yeah, I wouldn't be able to catch anything, would I? But the tripwire activates the redstone, which opens the door. And since I'm looking at the note block actually back there, it consumes the right click and it just continues trying to fish until it catches something. So yeah, it's a super simple AFK fish farm. I think where I've put it here is kind of nice. It's definitely out of the way and stuff like that. I would like to see, though, if putting a redstone on the other side over here messes anything up, or if that's perfectly reasonable, because if I can do that just for symmetry's sake, I will. So yeah, you can see here we've already caught 4 different fish. Clownfish we hadn't caught before, so that's something new and interesting. Yeah, super easy to build. Alright, so I've prettied it up just a little bit. I had some extra slabs, so I threw them down around here. I had some extra fences, so I put them down here, and then just a straight shot up to the top here. But the light level should be such that no mobs are spawning on any of these tiles. So then we've got the door here, so nobody should be able to get in, attack us while we're fishing. So yeah, pretty successful, I would say. Now all I have to do is sit around for a while AFK and see what I can fish up in there. So I'm gonna go sleep right quick, and then whenever I get back I'm going to activate the whatchamacallit, farm, to see what kind of yield we can get and kind of show you how it works as well. Alright. Dogs doing their jobs. Alright, so check the farms real quick. We're up to 7 cooked chicken, 32 feathers here. So I never have to worry about feathers for arrows for sure. I put this rose bush here so that I could get red rose from it. Some dye for when I was making orange blocks earlier for that pumpkin melon farm. I think that that's a pretty cool design. Orange for the pumpkins, of course, and then this crazy green terracotta block for the melons and sugarcane. I think the color of it sort of suits the purpose that we're doing. See, we've got 12 sugarcane. It doesn't seem like that's working, because when that updates and that sugarcane becomes alive up there, I would think that that observer block would activate and activate all 3 of those. So I may be misunderstanding the observer block here, and I might have to redo this farm, maybe bring everything down back to where it was and just arrange the redstone in the back. But that's totally possible. Here we've still got the 35 melons and 1 pumpkin. I even added some hoppers in there, so whenever those start working, that would is going to be good. I may have to move those glowstone lamps up by 1, just so that they're not right against the square where they're supposed to be growing. As a matter of fact, I'll do that right now. Alright, so we've got I raised up the glowstone there so that it wasn't directly above the spot where the melons and pumpkins are supposed to grow. I'll have to see if there's any change in how rapidly those are able to harvest in the future. And then I arrange this back the way that it was before, with the observer block down at the bottom looking at the root of the plant, but it's still in control of all 3 of these pistons. So once it fires, all 3 of them will fire, and if these side plants happen to have grown up before then or at the same time, then it will work. We've already picked up a little bit of sugarcane from that arrangement, so that's encouraging. One thing also that I was wondering is maybe the pumpkin is covered by one of the blocks back here, and so I feel like if I removed this one here and just sort of covered that up in a different way, like this maybe, then that would help it to grow. Yeah, it's not visible from this side, and of course now it's not visible from this side either, but now the plant has an air block above it, and that might be necessary for it to produce fruit. Yeah, but either way I'll just keep my eye on it to see how it's going. I thought it was cool to leave this glass in here just so that I can look in here and see the things that are happening. And like I mentioned whenever I was building it, these are not highly efficient, fast producing farms. These are, you know, bare minimum. Oh, it would be nice to have melons, pumpkins, and sugarcane on a semi-regular basis. So yeah, they aren't supposed to be super power farms or anything like that. This farm also is pretty much totally ready, so I'm going to activate the switch and see how it goes. Bam! And I'm going to leave it running. Oh man, it's decided to go straight into the side. Should have known something like that would happen. Let's see if I can just direct it a little bit. I have a feeling I'm going to have to go all the way down the line. Yeah, I'm going to have to cover these, the side water sources, but you can see generally what the plan is for the water to run out. So let me get that covered up, and then we'll give it one more test. Okay, so pretty soon these will grow grass on top of them. That one's already working on it, but we should be set now. Yeah, we can see all this stuff being washed down. Of course there is a little bit of stuff that gets trapped on the side. I can see a couple of wheat over there. Here's some seeds right here. So yeah, there is that to consider. Then we shut it off. Most of the stuff will get picked up by the hoppers down at the end. Whatever doesn't can be picked up by me, and then I can just drop them in here as I see fit. Not sure how an oak sapling got in there. Oh yeah, I am. I chopped down a tree that was hanging over the side of the farm. But yeah, as you can see, to my surprise, the soil retains its farmlandishness. Yeah, I don't have to go through and re-hoe everything, so that's definitely a huge bonus. Yeah, so I do have to go back through and replant though, which is about a little bit less than a stack for each thing. Because of this side though, I can easily just walk on and off, so I don't even really need this bridge anymore, but I still think it's nice to have. I think it looks pretty good. And I don't mind the exposed pistons here. I really think that they look pretty cool, especially with the water right behind them, that stone there. This water on the side kind of bugs me a little bit, but there's nothing that I can really do about it if I want this yeah, this farm to function the way that it does. Oh, that was perfect. Excellent. So I'll have extras for the carrots and potatoes. But yeah, so you could see how it worked. It went pretty well. There was a couple of items stuck on top here, a couple of items stuck on the end there, but all in all, it's a lot faster harvesting than trying to do it simply by hand. I think that much is obvious. And then the yield that you get is just the same as harvesting it by hand. It's easy enough to pick up the stuff that falls on the edges. So yeah. Alright, well that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. It was a little bit more building, a little bit more farming and all that kind of stuff. Just making sure that I have what I need in order to exist in the world. And yeah, we're at a pretty good place right now where we're basically thriving really in a healthy manner. I think that much is obvious. We've got all of the food that our hearts could desire, and just about all the animals as well. Get some of these piggies bred so that I can get some pork chops a little bit later on. Oh, just got one more on me? Well, that'll do. So yeah, if you want to catch the next episode, feel free to subscribe. Consider supporting if you would. And be sure to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you very much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.